So this guy, the Hogue EX-F01, that I really like the blade, and I don't find the handle comfortable. It's actually hard to use for a prolonged time if you're doing any hard work. So if you can see this line, we will be correcting this, taking away that hot spot, actually adding material here, and so forth. Now this is a lot of steel to delete, so to say, and I could do this much faster with an angle grinder, which I have them all in different sizes, but they will heat up the metal to a degree that I'd like to avoid, so I will be using the angle grinder and frequent cooling with water. Okay, I'll do the time-lapse speed up so you don't have to watch through the whole thing. This notch here is intentional because I will be wrapping this. Thought of a cool idea, so anyway, you'll see. And this section, I left it slightly raised. If you're able, right here. That section is slightly raised because, as you know, scraping the fire steel will deform the 90-degree edge, so I can always bring it back, and I have ways to go several times to bring it down to the same flatness as the rest, and of course it still maintains that contour rounding. So now we'll draw out the shape on the G10 handle. Start with drilling the holes first so that it's all aligned, and then I will draw out the shape and grind that away. Then we can epoxy them together. So this here is the part of the steel that we took away from the handle, and check out how much steel powder that is. That's a lot. Yeah, look at it. And it's a huge pile. I understand this is more powder, but it's a lot. A tool steel. So at this stage, this is where we are. This is now bolted with these two screws, and that's how we're looking from this side. And I did want this deep because I will be filling this. I'll be epoxying the whole scales. So, and that's the shape we ended up with, and this area needs to be filled, so we have a belly down here. And this is the last hole that I'm doing, so I'm eyeballing. Basically, I know that I have to go through 3 black layers here, and on the 4th one I stop. So in those holes, when I see black color, the 4th ring or 4th time that I see the black, I stop. So let's do this hole. I've already centered it. So I had a power cut out, and that last hole I actually finished off with my hand, just twisting the bit holder, but the drill holder. So now I'm doing these holes, these 2 holes, and that one. hole to be drilled here. This is how I center. I just eyeball it and do this test, and when it's in, I just tighten this, test again one last time, tighten. That's good. Okay, now we can grind away, but first I want to put some holes on here. Yeah, let's do that now. Okay, so this is all tight now, and I'm going to try to retrace, if you know what I mean, those holes into the other side. So they're both sides are identical. And now the file. This will be quite a bit of filing actually. Now I need to rough out the shape of the handle, then I'll probably take it off and do it separately after tracing it out on the knife, but I just want to get this stuff off right now, so I'll speed up the video again. Don't forget, you can always support the channel through the Buy Me a Coffee app in the description. Thank you. So here's the current state of the handle. It's a rough outline. I will be thinning more in this area as well as a little bit here, but pronouncing the palm swell more and thinning out larger amounts here compared to the front grip. The knife the handle is very nice now, and it has two positions. You can choke up, or you can go down for chopping, or you could even hold it here. Again, this will be all rounded off nicely, so it's comfortable. But now I'm getting ready to epoxy both sides and screw it down with these 6 screws, 3 on each side. That's the epoxy I'm using, so I'll speed up the process. But quick weight check. Currently we're at 390 grams. I suspect about 10-20 grams will come off, so that'll be 380-70 grams. is where we're at now. I've done these grooves intentionally. If you remember, this part of the steel I had to thin out to give it a ergonomic handle, but at the same time I had to take out this area. Well, I didn't have to take it out, I have to actually fill it, right? So my options were just to go leave the belly on the G10 and then fill it with something, but then I came up with this idea where I will be driving rope through like this and wrapping it with epoxy. So the hemp rope will be in epoxy and wrapped around here, and then I can contour the handle. So that'll be the last part of giving it that rough shape before I start sanding this down, giving it the final shape. Okay, again. This is what we have so far. I have contoured, I'm done with the handle, fully contoured, but I did not tape that because this takes a few hours, better part of actually a whole day, and that is simply because I'm doing everything via elbow grease. This is not done on a machine, so I used a metal file to do these grooves, and then just sandpaper everywhere down to 600 grit. So this is very smooth and polished now. This rope mixed with epoxy came out very nice, increases traction here in the middle regardless of low or high grip. Coke bottle shape from the top. This I would have ideally liked to have a slightly different shape here, but I was limited, as you know, I was limited with the thickness here. I didn't want to thin the skeletonized handle out too much. Now I have wrapped it in painter's tape. This is for the drainage hole, and I'm heating up the kydex to make a sheath for this. Soon we'll look at the final result. So we have our shape, nice drainage hole there, and plenty of material to work with. So now I will contour, get the basic shape out of the sheath, and on this side I need to make a dangler, so I'll be cutting these down, making an L shape so I can then attach a dangler, and also having a thumb ramp here to pop the sheath away. Also make one hole here, another one here, for lashing this to your leg or thigh. Okay. At this stage I'm done with shaping the handle and making the sheath. So this is what I ended up with. This feels really nice. Bit of a textured section, not really textured, it's almost as smooth as the rest of the G10, but still more grippy. It's just like micarta. And so elsewhere I continued the shape of the jimping through onto the G10 handles, maintained the holes, lanyard holes for tie options. And we have the Coke bottle shape. Rather wide section on the entire length of the spine, so no hot spots, a very sturdy and good retention, ability to kind of slide down onto the handle like this, or even like this if you have a lanyard, for increased chopping capability. Now the sheath I made like this. This is a dangler, and it has the lock, so I can lock the knife and it's not coming out. Unlock and it slides off. And what remains now is the bluing, and I'm going to do that right now. What I have here is this Perma Blue set. Blue rust remover, we don't need that, we just need the bluing, because I've also degreased the blade just now with rubbing alcohol. So all I need to do is just the cleaner degreaser now, Perma Blue, and this is it. This is A2 tool steel, so it's not getting the patina as fast as a 1095 would. I will also be bluing that soon, so stay tuned. I'll have to do quite a few passes, I imagine, on this A2 tool steel to darken it up close to this color. And this is what we have. It's pretty close to this color, so I'll just dry this off. It may actually get even darker. I'm not going to wash it off. I'll just leave it like this. So done. This would be the right side carry. So like that. And I do this dangler for many reasons, obviously, but one main being that I can tilt the knife and extract it like that. So this is what Hogue should have made, or approximately, shape-wise I mean. On the handle, of course, they could have made a different sheath. But this is now way more comfortable. I will start using this as my main large blade out in the woods. So there will be more videos coming. It should be a very sturdy and dependable knife. It is a tool steel. Right now it does have a saber grind with an V-edge, but eventually I will be regrinding that to convex next time I have to sharpen it. Right now I will just drop it. It still has a mirror shine to it, even though I've batoned with a knife and done plenty of cutting, both dry and wet wood. So the original what do you call the coating has held up very nicely, surprisingly well. So I'm quite happy with how it came out. The balance point is perfect right there, right at the end of your grip. It has plenty of forward weight for chopping and slicing, slashing, and very secure, firm grip, very wide finger guard up on the front, so there's no sliding down on this handle. Very nice. Thank you very much for first of all tuning in and for staying this long. If you like the content, please subscribe. There'll be more videos like this in the near future. Thank you.